Hello everybody, how are you? Another sunny day in Southern California. We're out in Chino, and this video is going to be a video tour of one of the main streets in that city, and it's Schaefer Avenue. We're just now crossing Ramona Avenue heading west, if you have any desire to duplicate this tour. So I thought this is a beta test of a new feature here on the channel. I thought I'd just do a dry run. What I'm going to do is describe some of the unique features of the street and what they mean to Chino in Southern California, and really give you some insight into the locale as we get down into the nooks and crannies, streets and avenues, to give you the best information on communities around Southern California and the world. So this is a big distribution area. So Amazon has a lot of warehouses out here. And one of the biggest warehouses, we're passing it right now on the left, I can see it's very large. It's the warehouse of Broken Dreams. Now, Southern California, and Los Angeles in particular, is the site that many people come to pursue their passion, be it acting, singing, any kind of artistic endeavor along those lines, filmmaking, screenwriting. And doesn't always work out, so people make other plans or they move back to where they came from. But either way, that dream is broken, and you got to put it somewhere. You can't leave it in the garage. It's hard to keep in the car. It always gets in the way. A lot of homes around here don't have basements like in the Midwest. Where are you going to put your broken dream? So that warehouse of Broken Dreams was built specifically for that purpose, and the problem is they keep adding on. The inventory of broken dreams in this area just continues to grow, and fortunately this, like I said, this is a big warehouse and distribution area. They're used to expanding to meet demand. So now we're heading north. That's the end of that street. Now we're heading up north on East End, and we're passing Esperanza. We're on East End Avenue. Now this is interesting because I'm looking to the left again, and wow, that's a batting cage, and instead of baseballs coming out of the batting cage, they have balls with people running for president, their faces on the balls. And while you normally might see Little League players hitting those baseballs in the batting cage, you look like mostly adults taking that bat back over their shoulder and taking a swing at pictures of politicians. They got Bernie Sanders, I can see from here. Looks like Trump. Wow, that's an interesting take on a batting cage, is you be able to swat your favorite or least favorite politician. Pretty cool. All right, now look at the interesting cactus in this area, the palm trees. It's just so much space. Look at this big rooster. Ranch Egg Store. I like that big rooster. It's like, what, about 8 feet tall probably? And we're coming up on the 10 here, I think, eventually. This is mostly residential through here. Oh, interesting sign. The home of... Oh, interesting. It's the boyhood home of the Frisch's Big Boy. Wow. The big boy of Frisch's Big Boy. That's the boyhood home. Interesting. 271 North. Okay, we're coming up on Riverside Drive as we head north. And there's a cafe over there. Let me see if I can get around this truck. We can see what it looks like. Yeah, it's the Chino Checkered Cap Cafe. And it looks like the waiters and waitresses all wear checkered caps and corduroys and suspenders. Kind of a jaunty retro feel to it. Kind of almost like a 1930s page boy look. That's interesting. And there's a guy holding up newspapers. He's yelling, "Extra, extra, read all about it." It's pretty cool. They've got that old school. And people are arriving on Model T cars to the cafe. Wow, they really have gone all out One of the Model T says Uber. That's hilarious. Model T Uber. Uber ride sharing in 1912. That's kind of cool. I don't know if Uber will actually approve that car. They better go through that inspection again. I don't know. But they have seatbelts in that car. When did they introduce the seatbelt to automobiles? Was that the 70s? Because I can remember I was born in 1960. I can remember not having seatbelts. Or you had them, but they were like down in the seat covers. No one ever, the seat cushions. No one ever really wore them. But my dad eventually insisted that we wear them because he was Mr. Safety. Yeah, I remember one time we're canoeing with my dad. It was my sister in front. My dad had the bottom of the canoe position in the middle, and I was in the back. And we came up to a small, we're going down a river. And we canoed all growing up. We were all experienced canoeists, and we came up to a ridge in the water. So something like a small something was creating like a rapid. It was almost like a small drop in the water, like a dam almost. But it went the width of the river, and it was. I'm looking at it like, and my dad's like, pull the canoe to the side. Pull the canoe to the side of the water, to the side of the river. I'm like, why? I mean, we'd been through very tough rapids in canoes, all growing up. We had a canoe all growing up. We were a camping family, that whole thing. Pull it to the side. Joe, pull it to the side. So we pulled it to the side, and then we walked the canoe down to this little ripple in the water, whatever it was. And I'm looking at him like, are you serious? This is what you're concerned about? Like it was going to tip us over and drown us. But that's the way he was. He was extra cautious. And the thing is, he was a father. That's what you do when you're a father. You take that role of being super cautious. And I guess I'm here because he's done that. I don't know. I guess maybe you could be overly cautious, but they weren't typically overly cautious because they didn't have time to be. There's too many kids. They were just lucky. The whole rule was if you're still alive, then we've done our job. All right, well, back to the tour. We're just heading north. We're trying to get a feel for the area, trying to understand. So it's kind of a mixed residential, like I said, warehouses, but there's also, looks like light manufacturing. Like that one there is a cold ice storage place. They've got some, look like scrap metal yards back in here and stuff. So you can imagine kind of a combination of residential, big ranches, light industrial, manufacturing, storage. Like here's a sign, contractors. Okay, so that's a good example. Now interesting. Off to the right is a mobile home park. It says right on it, bad credit mobile home park. What? It says, don't worry about your credit. We'll find a box for you to live in. And I've heard that term for mobile homes, boxes, but it sounds kind of like they're cardboard boxes, but box. I guess they are kind of boxy. You couldn't really say to a girl, maybe you could, hey, have I introduced you to my residential box? It just doesn't have that ring to it. Estate is the word you want to use. That's what most of the mobile home parks use in Southern California. Mobile home estates. Now, the flip side of that is that there are some really nice mobile homes, like really nice. There's a mobile home park in the Palisades, I think, that overlooks the ocean. And some of the mobile homes sell for $1 million. Yes, it's true. Four-way stops. Why don't they introduce those roundabouts? Shouldn't roundabouts be kind of the standard these days? You know, the circle. Don't those work much better than four-way stops? All right, well, let's see what else we have out here. I mean, it's we're in rural America, everybody. This is the country. Oh, guy's truck got smashed up. Dang, sorry, sir. His front end of his pickup was banged up. I hope he was all right. All right, now there's a bunch of tire stores through here. Llantas, or Spanish for tires. Well, lots of tire stores. Locksmith. Look at this, another tire shop. This must be Tire Alley. You know what they need to do? They put where this bridge is here, where you go underneath. They should put a giant tire, like I'm going to say a 3-story tall tire that crosses that bridge. And it says Tire Alley. So now we're coming into Pomona, city of Pomona. I'm not exactly sure where it crosses. All right, well that's not a bad dry run, don't you think? For a new feature? Let me know what you think. Boring? Hated it? Get on the tweeter. Get on the YouTuber. Leave a comment. Talk to you.